Okay, so what kind of situation do we have at the moment on Euro Turkish Lira? Now, if we start our analysis from the monthly time frame, what we can see from a monthly perspective. On the monthly, we can see that the market has created this W formation, and after a W formation, what do you expect? You expect the market to make a move to the downside. Specifically, you expect the market to go and test the neckline of the formation, aka the previous resistance now turned support. So you want to see the market make this move to the downside. Now, if we go and see what is the situation from a weekly perspective, first of all, we identified our downside target, which is basically the first support level that the market will encounter in its move to the downside from a monthly perspective, which is the neckline, as we have just seen. And what we can see from a weekly perspective, we can see that this structure is already respected from a weekly perspective. So it's both the structure or target that the market is supposed to hit, both from a monthly and a weekly perspective. So we want to see the market make this move to the downside and hit this level. Now, if we go and see what is the situation from a daily perspective, on the daily time frame, we know our downside target, but we have to check what kind of structure we have at the moment from a daily perspective. And what we can see that at the moment, this previous resistance here is still holding as support. But we can see that the market has already basically created kind of a double top, failing at least to break above the high. When the market broke above with this green candle, the next red one closed immediately back below the structure. Now, we want to see the market break this area. Before the market will break this support, we can't be taking a short. Why we can't be taking a short? Because we would be shorting at daily support, which is never a good idea. Now, if we go and see what is the situation from a COT perspective, so what hedge funds are doing at the moment from a euro perspective. Let's go and see what we have basically on our COT data to get a better understanding of basically what kind of situation we have at the moment, if hedge funds are adding longs during this move to the downside on the euro or not. Now, what we can see basically from a euro perspective is that hedge funds have already started to loading up some short positions and closing up some longs, which basically correlates pretty well with what we want to see from a technical perspective on a euro Turkish lira. So how we will be approaching this with students? We have the pattern, we have the target. The only thing we have to wait for is a clear break of this daily structure. And then on the retest, what we will be doing with students, we will be monitoring price action inside of this area on the 4-hour time frame, because monthly, weekly, and daily are for direction. The 4-hour is for entry. So with students, we will be monitoring price action on the 4-hour time frame inside of this area, waiting for the market to shift from a bullish market to a bearish market and provide to us one of our valid entries. Now, as usual, trading is reactive, not predictive. So first, we have to wait for the market to actually show us that it wants to make the move to the downside and break the structure, because until the market will not break the structure, this market can easily bounce to the upside. So after the break and after the retest, then we will be monitoring on the 4-hour time frame for a possible short position if all our rules will be satisfied. But this is where the best probabilities and best risk to reward come into place. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis and education, make sure to drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you. And I will see you in the next video.